Now, back to the Wairarapa, and we've got online Mike Butterick, who is the MP for Wairarapa. Good afternoon, Mike.
Yeah, g'day. How are you?
I'm pretty damn good.
Good. We like good, Tina. We like good.
Yeah, and I hear you've been getting up to a few things out there in rural land as well. I keep seeing you on my Facebook with your little blue check T-shirts and those lovely blue and is it blue and black checked swan dry type shirts with what is obviously a very cohesive rural cohort amongst the MPs that seem to work together to get things done.
Yeah, look, that's right, Tina. And I'll have you know, it's 100% wool as well.
Excellent.
But no, you're right. And we've got what we call RuralNets, which is just probably recognising the fact that we've got more rural MPs, people with a lived experience in Parliament than we've had for a long, long time. And so, you know, we've formed that group and our primary purpose is to go out, acknowledge, thank and listen to rural New Zealand.
Yep. And what are things
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, what sort of things are you actually hearing that they're worried about right at the moment?
Yeah, look, there's the comment I would make is it's a very different conversation now than what it was a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just felt like a couple of years ago there was just this onslaught of stuff and it was just coming at you non-stop. But, you know, it's a pretty good time to be a farmer at the moment. We've got record meat, sheep and beef prices. We've got, you know, the interest rates are back down. Inflation's back in the box.
Well, come on, Mike. It's not quite back in the box. It's little noses out that box.
But I can tell you what, it sure as heck is better than 7.2%. And actually,
yes,
when we went through that really high inflation period, on-farm inflation was actually about 16.
Yeah.
And that was very, very painful, I can tell you that much. But and you know, we've got free trade agreements coming out the wazoo, and those are actually, they will benefit multiple generations. They are enduring. They are a big thing. And because we are a trading nation, that's where money comes from. So they are really, really important. And we've got a government that likes this as well. So it's actually a good time to be farming.
Yeah.
You know, there are some challenges within some sectors. But on the whole, you know, I've farmed for almost 4 decades, and it's not very often that all those ducks are lined up. So it's actually, it's time to actually, you could sit back and enjoy it at the moment.
Yeah. And especially with this, well, we haven't had too much bad weather. I mean, even like we've got so much grass at home, it's ridiculous, really. That's probably because we play, we don't farm. But you know, look around the landscape and everything's looking pretty hunky-dory, really. Apart from the gravel in the rivers. I'm a bit worried about this gravel in the rivers, Mike.
Yep. No, there's always a lot of chatter about that. And, of course, that leads on to, you know, it's our RMA. And obviously there's a lot of work going in the RMA. And it's like that is now one of the biggest barriers to actually getting stuff done in this country. And, you know, it just contributes to, you know, all those bills that we pay, whether it's as a taxpayer or a ratepayer or... you know, and some of it's quite extraordinary what it costs to do some things. Yeah.
You got any good examples?
I've got a couple of very good examples. You know, the water pipe going to Featherston across the Taraniki River needed replacing.
Yep.
You know, 12-inch pipe or 300mm pipe, 4 metres deep, maybe 100 metres max, 2.75 million.
Whoa, wow.
And, you know, and then that would have been an invoice in the mail to South Wairarapa ratepayers. Yeah. For some reason, Wellington Water never got round to doing it. And so it's been repriced, but it came back down to 2.1 million. Yeah. $650,000 saving, just like that. And then it's been repriced again with someone else at 1.4 million. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, you sit there and you think about how that pipe got put there back in the day. Yeah. They probably just turned up with a digger, put the pipe in, job done. Yeah. And so those are those things that add cost to taxpayer and ratepayers because ultimately, Tina, they're the same people anyway. Yeah. You know, another example I could give is a bridge further up the line got whacked out with a cyclone. 3 options, one to pull the bridge down. Yep. The second option is to replace it. That's about 16 mil. And there's a ford just beside it that people are using anyway. with a big tailwind. It'll be 40 metres long, 4 metres wide, half metre deep block of concrete. That's 80 cube.
Yep.
That's about $25,000 worth of concrete. The cost to put a forward in is $3.62 million.
Wow. Oh.
And these are things that have just become embedded and normalised and accepted, and it's like that's in large part driven by the RMA. And we've actually got to stop doing this to ourselves.
Yeah, I think there's some contracting issues too. I mean, we only ever had 2 suppliers in the Wairarapa, and I was always a bit dubious about who was colluding with what and how they worked it out.
Well, I think, Tina, we've got to be smart about how we price things, and it's like if there's a whole lot of added layers of requirements to be able to put in a tender, and well, actually that just adds cost, right?
Yeah.
So we've got to remember there's only one person paying that bill.
Yeah.
And, do we need to, should we be or could we be looking at different ways and price things, job by job by job, or, just be smart about how we do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, the other thing is, look, we're looking at local government elections coming up, and there's certainly been quite a bit discussed this morning around local government. I'm always a bit passionate about it. Just what are you seeing as the big issues? Are people really pushing that amalgamation barrow in the Wairarapa again? Are we looking at getting rid of the regional council? What's going to happen?
Yeah, look, good. It is certainly a hot topic of conversation. I suspect it'll get more and more prominent as we go through this campaigning period with local councils. But, I think overarching message from people is we should be looking at amalgamation. But I think on 2 provisos, one, that it delivers efficiencies, and 2, you can still maintain fair representation. Because if you can't do those 2 things, why would you do it? Yeah. But effectively, if you wrap up regional council, we've got, for the Wairarapa itself, we've got 3 local councils plus regional council. We've got 4 governance structures for 50,000 people. Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Southland, I just had Jason Herrick from Federated Farmers from Southland, and he says that they've got 4, I think it's 5, Invercargill, Southland District, Regional Council and Gore. And they've got 100,000, and they want to amalgamate. So it makes it even sillier that Wairarapa's not looking at it.
Yeah, well, there certainly seems to be a growing momentum, though, Tina, and I think it will be led by the locals as well.
Do you have any faith that a unitary authority would be able to pick up and run the functions of the regional council more effectively?
Well, I think, if you think about the Wairarapa itself, I mean, geologically, we're one big catchment. Nothing flows into the region. So it would tick a few boxes, I guess, in that regard. But, I think we need to think about what the future probably looks like post-CCOs, right? And it's like, how do we deliver services most effectively and efficiently to ratepayers? Because actually everyone's a ratepayer, directly or indirectly, because if you're a renter, indirectly you're paying rates. So we need to start, it does impact everybody.
Now tell me, what committees are you on these days?
Primary production.
Yep.
And education and workforce.
Ah, so that's a really interesting one. So what's keeping you awake at night with education and workforce?
Oh, well, nothing really keeps me awake at night.
Really? Crikey.
Yeah, I don't have any problem sleeping, I can assure you of that, Tina. Yeah, look, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot going on. Education. We're pretty busy select committee. But we're making a lot of good progress in that education space. Erica's doing it. She's doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, she is.
And because it is, all the talk of inequity and inequality, one of the best pathways to reduce that is actually a decent education.
Yeah.
And so that then everybody's got an opportunity. They've got choices, but if you don't get a good sound education, your opportunities are limited, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah. And if someone said to you right now, what is the thing that you feel sort of most proud of in your first, it'd be 18 months now, is it? Nearly 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the things that you think that show that you've actually been an effective MP?
Oh, look, I think I would probably say being a good team player. And because I think that is your role, is to be an advocate for your community.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff that you advocate for, people may never see. But I think it's about actually getting the respect of your fellow MPs and particularly ministers by being a good team player and by being credible and sensible.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I try very hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's not necessarily the person that shouts and screams from the rooftop, it's the person that actually just gets on with the job and advocates for the things that you need to advocate for. Mm. I mean, we did get the road back to 100.
Yep.
But so that was a great win for the region. But the overarching thing, Tina, is just be part of a team and do your job well.
Yeah. And in terms of what you're looking forward to, I suppose, would be the RMA changes?
Yeah, look, absolutely, definitely, because we have just dug ourselves such a big hole since the RMA first came in. I mean, it just adds extraordinary costs onto doing anything in this country. I mean, whether it's renewable energy or water storage or whatever it may be.
Yep.
And the cost that we pay is just eye-watering. Mm. And, of course, when we don't get stuff done, there's actually a cost to that as well, an opportunity cost.
Mm-hmm. I must admit, though, I was quite interested. I noticed that Chris Bishop said the other day that he sent out a missive to the council saying, don't start moving on your district plans because there's too many changes coming, and if you enact them, you're going to have to unravel them. Was pretty much where he's heading. Have you had any feedback from councils that are a little pissy about that?